Okay, so here I am on my way to the post office now, and then I'm gonna head over to my appointment. But like I was saying, when I let's see, when I saw the ENT last week, he diagnosed this mass as a polyp, and he said it was pretty big, and he said it was long, which I saw it. I was able to see it while he was doing his exam. So I'm at the post office, so hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back in the car. I checked my mail, and one of the things I was looking for was in the mail. However, it was not good news, but it has nothing to do with my lupus or my health or anything. But nonetheless, it was not good news, and so let me get out over here before I finish talking. So I went to the ENT, and he said that it was a polyp, and that it was very it was sizable. It wasn't anything that let me see, I'm trying to fix this so you guys could see instead of just seeing the air or the sky. But it was sizable, and it was very long. So when he took this probe and went up into my nasal cavity, I was able to see on the monitor, and he kind of showed me everything and showed me the polyp, and he said it should have been obstructing my ability to breathe on that side, which it has been. And so it's like kind of a, like I said, a sizable, almost round, but not completely round, just kind of oblong almost. But then it has this long tail that goes all the way around in my nasal cavity and up to where my jaw is, I think, because he showed me where there's two little bones that sit right there on the outside of your nasal cavity. And what it did was it actually broke those two bones in order to expand. So when it expanded over into my nasal cavity. And so that's kind of where it is now, and it's real long, and I really would like to see it like in perspective of like a quarter or something like that, so I can really tell. At any rate, today is Wednesday. I think it's 11, 12, the 13th, Wednesday the 13th. And I go see him again on Friday, so I'll have another update, because what he did was ordered a CAT scan. And even though what he, when I did the brain scan, it was an MRI, and that's really, really detailed, he said the CAT scan is more bony. It actually shows him like the bones, and that's what he needs to see now. And then we're going to discuss what to do. And I'm hoping it's not something that he's going to try to just on Friday stick something like dead me up there or something, and then stick something up my nose to pull that sucker out. I don't think I can do that. I'm not a coward per se, but I can be a weenie when I go through stuff like that. But the good news is my daughter is off on Friday. She's on vacation until, Monday of next week. And so she will be able to go with me on Friday. And I feel better about that, because then if he does anything or he wants to go up there and look around again, maybe let my daughter see it, then we could do that. So I want to know, has anyone had a polyp in their nasal cavity? I mean, to me, that's like really, really strange. So I was like, well, what's the difference in a polyp and a cyst? You know, I don't remember what he said, but he didn't really answer my question. So I'm going to ask him again, because I need to know, only because if he said, oh, you have a cyst there, I know what a cyst is. But then I know what a polyp is, but only in relation to a colon. So I've had polyps removed, you know, during my colonoscopies, but I don't know what this is in my nose, and why is it a polyp as opposed to a cyst. So I will find that out on Friday. So I should have some answers for you by the weekend, because that's all I know. And I know every time I get something, you know, ultrasound or CAT scanned or MRI'd, they always say, oh, this looks good, you just have a little cyst there. Like when they did the ultrasound of my neck, and they said, oh, you just have a little cyst on your oh shoot, what is that doggone thing called? Oh shoot, I can't remember it. But anyway, oh, you have a cyst there. And then remember, I had a cyst last year on an ovary, but I had no ovaries. And everybody was telling me, all the doctors were saying, oh, it's small, and you know, it's about the size of your pinky nail. And that wasn't true. It was softball sized, but what they were seeing was a little piece of it that had been twisted off by everything just kind of filling in around it. But once he got in there and pulled that little one, then it was attached to the big one that was hiding behind, you know, some mass of some sort. I don't know, your fat, your guts, whatever it is. But so I don't always trust things like that, because it's not always, they're not always seeing the big picture. So if you go to the doctor and they say, oh, the size is so small, it's not anything to be concerned about. Well, be concerned about it until you actually know 100% there's nothing to be concerned about. Does that make sense? Because they don't always know what they're seeing. And so that happened to me, and I just, you know, it opened my eyes. So sometimes, you know, because it was giving me problems, but because they say it's only like the size of a pinky nail, they weren't concerned about it. But I know it was uncomfortable for me. So once they got in there and pulled that sucker out, they took a picture of it. It was pretty big. But once they did that, you know, then it really explained why I was having the pain and stuff in that area. So that's the latest on my ENT issues and this mass in my nasal cavity. And about my hip surgery that I had last year, everything's going good. You know, it was a total hip replacement, so I just have 100% prosthetic on my left side. That actually feels good. I don't have any problems with that, really. I don't have any problems with that at all. But what I do have is, don't come over here, lady. Stay in your lane. But what I do have problems with is the muscles surrounding it. They get very fatigued, and mainly because, okay, so I have my hip replacement on the left side, and the knee on my right side needs to be replaced. So I get injections on it every 3 months, every 2 to 3 months, to try to give me a little strength in it, and you know, because it's bone to bone. I have no the little soft things that go between your is this my turn? I'm gonna see. That goes between oh shoot, that's Artesia. I didn't want to turn there. Doggone it. But there's nothing between it. It's bone to bone on my right side. So I have a good hip on my left side and an okay hip on my right side. I have a decent knee on my left side, but a horrible knee on my right side that needs to be replaced. So, all that said, I put a lot of stress on my left side where I had the hip replacement because it's stronger than my right side. And so, with that said, you can see where I probably have to overcompensate. So if I had one side that was completely good, I would probably mobilize a lot better. But because I don't, it's really putting a lot of stress on my right side. And, you know, those muscles and everything is just really feeling the impact. And I just don't, I don't really know how long it's going to last, but it does as well as it can do. You know, I try to be mindful of it and try not to overdo it, but for me to leave and come back, it's like oh, lady, dang it. These people don't know where they want to go. And they're getting in my way. So I'm a little ticked. So, so my muscles on the right side, on the left side is getting a little bit fatigued. But other than that, it's doing really good. I'm glad I had the total hip replacement. Oh, Lord, there's a school up there. And I don't want to get caught in that. So, what I try to do is try to keep my right knee updated, you know, with the injections and everything, so that, you know, I could put some moderate stress on that side. However, when I leave to go to appointments or whatever, I have 32 steps to do each way. Each way, I have 32 steps. So, I try not to leave too much. I try not to, you know, when I go out, I try to make the best of it. I try to do as much as I can in that one trip, so I don't have to try to come back around and do the exact same thing later on in the day or even the next day. So I try to get the best out of my trips. Oh, this traffic is horrible. Can you see this? Oh my goodness. I don't think I'll be able to get my labs done before I go to the doctor. I'll probably have to see him first. Okay, well, don't turn around. So that's the dealio on the hip replacement. This is so long and I'm not doing much talking. I'm gonna stop this and start another one. Be right back.